Hi, I just want to show you a little bit about the different types of navigation that you can have on Blackboard. So I'm bringing you into a space that has several different types of navigation just so we can show you. The first thing that you can do to help students navigate a little bit better is to come over to this left-hand menu that you can see if you look at my cursor over here. This left-hand menu can help you to give brief words and things that will lead them in the right direction. For example, here we have course menu links such as the syllabus or agenda, which can lead a student right to the agenda, so they click on it and they'll be able to find their agenda. You might also have the reading section, so they know where to go. If you have a reading posted for them, they know exactly what it is. And in order to post readings, you'll come up here, build content, and then add a file for any readings you want. You might also have an assignment section, a discussion area, glossary of terms. You might be taking attendance. So all of these, just the one word, sometimes two words, can actually give the explicit information to the students so they know where to go. In order to create these course menu links, you can use the plus symbol up here where you can create content area. A lot of people will use a web link as well, so if you have a web portal that you need them to go to quite often, I would put it over here. If it's just a one-day thing that they need to access, then I might put it in a different place. But these, for content areas and for web links, this would be a great place to put those things that are kind of major themes throughout the entire semester. Otherwise, there are other types of navigation that we can do, and we're going to talk specifically about folder navigation, learning modules, and lesson plans. In folder navigation, I'll just show you kind of what the folders look like here. It will place things, you can place things in folders, just think of the physical folders that we have. In folder navigation, you might be able to do it by week, so if that helps for your specific course, you can do it week 1, week 2, week 3. You might also do it by content topic, for example, in the environment, or if you have some specific topic that you're talking about a week. And during a week, you can put that there. You can also do kind of a mix of it. You can do a content topic like environment week 1, environment week 2, and then maybe you switch to biology week 1, biology week 2, something like that. So you can do a combination. You can name it however you'd like. You also have readings. You can say if these are readings, this is where you want to keep your readings, assignments, things like that. You can do that type of a thing. You just want to be careful that you're not making them click through too many levels in order to get to their navigation or to the element that they want. Within each of these folders, you can again do the same type of thing where you're adding content. You might add a file. You'll notice in here I also have a YouTube video. You have a nice little mashup called a YouTube video here where you can actually search for your videos right on here and they can watch them. You also have the ability to create an assignment in these folders, so you can come up here and create an assignment through assessments. Now these things I'm going through kind of quickly just to kind of show you what possibilities are there, but of course we can always talk about them in kind of a slower step-by-step process. So that's folder navigation. Here again I'll show you, it's just the folder type of an icon at the side. We're now going to go to something called a learning module. These example modules that I have here are similar to the folders. The icon is a little bit different. And in these modules, the big advantage here is that it will give you a table of contents if you so choose. So with the table of contents here on the side, you can see exactly, the student can see exactly where he or she needs to go or what kind of process they're taking here. This is really good if you want them to go through like a step-by-step thing. So here I have a reading, again I have a video, and I have an assignment or 2 assignments here. You can also do a test on this type of thing as well as the folders. You can always do a test or a survey, something like that. So this kind of thing, you'll also notice that you can force a certain sequencing here. So this is a forced sequential module, which means that they have to see the first one before they can jump to the second one. So they'll have to at least get into the reading before they can go to the next video. So those are interesting things. You can also post discussions about these topics within this. And again, this is a quick overview, but we can look at this a little bit more. So again, the example modules are these folders that you can see here. And then the last thing I'd want to show you is the lesson plan. I use these in classes, so these set my agendas for the day. I'm going to turn this into edit mode off so you can see it as a student would see it. So in a lesson plan, you'll get into the plan, you'll notice that the icon is a little bit different, and it will give a description of what's going on during the day, who the instructor is. So if you have several instructors, it will tell you exactly who that is, what the objectives are, and kind of the subject area. And then you can, again, still add readings, assignments, any kind of survey, any kind of videos, things like that. You can always add those same content things, but it's just a different kind of view, if you will. So these are different navigation styles that you can look at. I'll let you decide which you want. It's usually best to choose one and stick with it, or sometimes you can choose two. For instance, I use the lesson plans for in-class material. I use the learning modules for outside of class material, step-by-step process. So you can really decide what works best for your course, but it's always a good idea to stick with one or two of these and really make it consistent so the students know exactly where to go. If you have any questions, of course, you can always contact your instructional designer. Thank you.